you guys doing?
Good.
Are you guys ready to start the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I got bad news for you. We're not getting started just yet. Because before we do the show, I have to tell you what we're going to be doing. First of all, my name is Ken, and I am a science teller. Now, a science teller, that's part scientist and part story. Teller, you smash them together and you get a science teller. That is someone who uses really cool science experiments to tell an awesome story. Oh, you guys are on fire. I'll put you out later. I need a volunteer. All right, put your hands down. Put your hands down. I'm going to teach you guys how to get picked at every single library program you go to from now until age... How old are you? You can tell me after the show. This works till you're 29. First, sit crisscross applesauce. Very saucy. Smile so it looks like you're having fun. Excellent job. Make eye contact with the performer so it looks like you're focused. Very good, sir. Raise one hand in the air. A little bit higher, please. And separate your fingers for maximum coverage. There you go. Now, here's the most important part. Only wiggle your hand. If you wiggle anything else, you're going to look like a loose cannon or that lady, and you'll never get picked. And finally, if you want to participate in an experiment, I need you, while wiggling your hand, to hum. Hum. Come on up here, sir. What's your name?
Ben.
Ben? How old are you, Ben?
5.
You're 5? Give me one.
5.5.
What happened to the other half? All right, Ben, come over here. Ben, you're going to help me out. Stand right here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, right here, I have a cooler. Now, the cooler was invented over 2,000 years ago, all the way over in Egypt. Now, you can't see it because there's a wall in the way. Because people would take the coolest things they had and stick it inside. Put your hand down inside this cooler. I just happen to have the coolest thing I have. It is so cool, Ben. I need to wear this glove in order to touch it. Inside this cooler. Let me get a big piece out so everybody can see. Dry ice. Now, is dry ice hot or cold? Cold! It's so cold, it's 109.3 degrees below zero. That means if I drop it on the ground, do you guys pick it up? No. No, if you touch this with your bare hands, it will freeze the moisture in your fingertips, and you will not be able to send a text message for 4 whole weeks. That's how dangerous dry ice is. So, everybody hold out your hands like this. Close your eyes. Don't worry, it won't hurt that much because we're going to do an experiment in our heads. Imagine that you're holding an ice cube. What's happening to the ice cube? It's melting. Melting. That means it's changing from a solid to a liquid. Open your eyes. Look up here. Does dry ice melt? No. When you heat this up, does it turn into water like an ice cube? Yeah. No. When you heat up dry ice, it doesn't turn into a liquid. It turns from a solid into a gas or fog or what's in the air? They're big and fluffy.
Sky.
No, birds. No, it's a cloud. All right, Ben, you're going to help me out. Right here we have a bottle. Now, its technical name is a flask. It's a distant cousin to a Muppet named Beaker.
There's also some of those in Angry Birds.
Yes, exactly. Good. There's a theme today. Ben, put out your hand like this. Very good. This is going to go right there. Take your other hand, Ben. Put it where mine is. Hold it up nice and tall so everyone can see. Very good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, which is hotter? The air in the room or the dry ice? The air in the room. Which is hotter? The water or the dry ice?
Dry ice.
The water. Everything is hotter than dry ice. Let's try something else. Which is hotter, Ben or the dry ice? Ben, they think you're hot. Don't worry, Ben. I get it all the time. All right, here we go. I'm going to take this piece of dry ice. I'm going to put it into the water. And right before your eyes, this is going to change from a solid into a gas or a cloud, not a bird. Right, here we go. Ben, you ready? Hang on tight. And Ben, did you sign the paperwork before we got started?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Just in case, though, let me point out the emergency exits are right here. And there's emergency exits all the way back there. And if it's a real, true emergency, try to hold it. All right, here we go, Ben. We're going to take this piece of dry ice and we're going to change it from a solid to a gas or a cloud. Here we go, and whoa! Hang on, let's get another piece of dry ice here, Ben. Hang on really tight, and whoa! Let me get one more piece, Ben. Whoa! Whoa! Awesome! Whoa! Ben, does that hurt?
No.
You must be holding it wrong. How about now? No. Is this smoke? No, this is gas or a cloud. This cloud is the same temperature as the air in the room or sky. Ben, I'll take that. Ben, up top. Oh, down low. Oh, in the middle. You're too quick. Nice job, Ben. Let's get a round of applause for Ben. Ben, you can go have a seat. Thanks for coming up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you are working in the laboratory with whoa! No, I'm kidding. Once you heat it up and it turns into a cloud, it is 100% safe. It is so safe. You can pour it on your head. It is so safe. You can pour it down your shirt. I'll take this one. It is so safe. You can even pour it on your eyeball. But you just want to be careful. You don't want to be blinded by science. Or stuck in the 80s. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today I am going to talk about the two coolest areas of science, fire and ice, as I tell you the tale, the story of dragons and dreams. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. One day, many years ago, there was a kingdom that sat between two magical lands. To the east were the frozen swamps, and to the west were the fiery mountains. And for centuries, that means hundreds of years, these three lands lived together in perfect harmony. Until one day, an evil ice sorceress from the frozen... Oh, not you. She looked like you. She threatened the safety of the kingdom. Now there were two kids who lived in the castle, and their names were Henry and Beth. And every day, Henry and Beth would sneak down into the dungeons to watch the magic of Maccabee the Wizard. I need a volunteer. Come on up here.
Elizabeth.
What's your name, Elizabeth?
Elizabeth.
Oh, good. Elizabeth, how old are you?
6.
You're 6? Are you more than a handful?
I'm 6 too.
Oh, good. Just checking. Elizabeth, come over here. You're going to help. I like your boots. Were they made for walking? All right, Elizabeth, you can put that on here. Right over here, I have my oldest piece of equipment. Now, if you've ever used a hand crank to roll down a car window, or if you've ever licked a stamp, you might know what this is. It is called the Fuji film canister. If you don't know what this is, you can go home and ask your great-great-grandparents. They'll be able to tell you. Well, what we're going to do is take this film canister, we're going to fill it up with just a little bit of water, just about halfway up with some water. Very good. All right, Elizabeth, I'm going to show you one of the tricks that Maccabee the Wizard showed Henry and Beth. So can you hold that with 2 hands, please? Over the table? Very good. Now I'm going to take a piece of dry ice and put it inside. And the dry ice is going to change from a solid to a gas or a cloud. And we're going to put the lid right on top. And pressure is going to start to build up. And when there's too much pressure, the lid is going to shoot up to the ceiling. Elizabeth, do you see that mark on the ceiling right there? That's when Science Tellers was here last time. Do you see that little brown smudge in the ceiling tile right there? Yeah. I don't know what that is, but it's disgusting. Here we go. Let's get a piece of dry ice. We're going to put it on top. Very good. Hang on tight, Elizabeth. This is one of the magic tricks that Maccabee the Wizard showed to Henry and Beth. Watch this. All right, hang on really tight. All right, grab hold. Whoa! Awesome. Do you guys want to see that again? Yeah! All right, Elizabeth, hang on tight. Got it?
5, 3.
All right, hang on tight.
2, 1, fire!
Whoa! Whoa! Awesome. Nice job, Elizabeth. Can I get a high five? Bam! Thank you, sir. You guys can go have a seat. Wait, Elizabeth, come back. You forgot your party favor. Good. Thank you very much. One day, Maccabee the Wizard was showing Henry and Beth a trick just like that. Suddenly, the castle alarm bells went off, and in a flash, Maccabee was gone. But just as quickly,
What?
he reappeared. And with great urgency, that means importance, he told Henry and Beth everything. You see, an evil ice sorceress from the frozen swamp was creating a legion, an army of ice-sickle soldiers, and they were going to march toward the kingdom. So the king had ordered all of his knights to stay and protect the castle, leaving only 2 people, Henry and Beth. They were asked to go on a journey. What's a journey? A very long trip. Go west to the fiery mountains. There the dragons have hid for centuries, seeking protection from the knights who would slay them on a quest to win the hand of the princess. We'll call her Princess Starry Vest. At the base of the mountain lives the dragon keeper. He controls the dragons using the horn of fire. Get the horn of fire, release the dragons. They are the only hope to save the kingdom. Now go. But meanwhile, over at the frozen swamp, can I borrow your chair? Thanks. Catch me if I go down. You can't catch me from over there. The evil ice sorceress hovered over the swamp. Ready to catch? Falling. I trusted you. You be Patrick Swayze. She hovered over the swamp, and with a wave of her hand, followed by streams of fog, icicle soldiers appeared, and they started marching toward the kingdom. You can have your chair back. Let me clean it for you first. Good. And they met the king's first line of defense, but the evil ice sorceress clapped her hands, and she shot out bubbles of fog that froze them all. The battle had begun. I need a volunteer. I need somebody really brave. Come on up here. Excellent. What's your name? Ellie? How old are you, Ellie?
10.
Excellent. Perfect. Good. Ellie, you're going to stand right here in the middle. I need some more volunteers in case something happens to Ellie. Come on up here. Stand next to Ellie. Come on up. Get up here. Yeah, come up here. Let's do it. Double dipping's okay in this show.
What about me?
Good. Ellie, you're going to stand right here. Right over here. All right, if I tap you on the shoulder, I need you to go stand over here by the exit sign. Exactly. Go. Go. Goose. Oh. Did they not play that in Massachusetts? All right, good. Go stand over here. Gentlemen, you're going to come over here with me. Right behind the table. Right over here, our first piece of equipment. Yeah, you guys too. Come over here. This is called a round belly flask. This is what happens when flasks get older. And right over here, we have our first chemical. This chemical is called soap. You've heard of it. What's your name?
Noah.
Noah, how old are you?
6.
Noah, do you like games?
Yes.
We're going to play a game. You ready? Listen, here are the rules, Noah. When I say green light, you're going to pour the soap in the water. When I say red light, you... Stop! Did you hear those drivers out there?
No.
Uh-oh. We're in for a rough ride. All right, Noah, grab the wheel. Pop the emergency brake.
What is that?
On your mark. Get set. Green light. Green light. Green light. Green light. Give it some gas, Noah. Green light. Green light. Green light. Yellow light. That means speed up. In New Jersey, it does. All right, good. Stop. That's way too much. Good. All right, Noah, go to the back of the line. What's your name, sir?
Antonio.
Antonio?
Yeah.
How old are you?
5.5.
You're 5.5 too? It's like an epidemic. All right, Antonio, grab the wheel. Do you know the rules?
No.
Oh boy, here we go. Red light. Red light. Red light. Great job, Antonio. Back of the line. Antonio, get back here. I was just kidding. Sometimes those lights take forever. Here we go. Ready? Green light. Green light. Green light. Green light. And don't worry, I know you think the water's getting sad, but it's just turning blue. Good. Red. Stop. Oh. Now, what's your name, sir?
Nicholas.
Nicholas. That is an excellent name, Nicholas. How old are you?
4.5.
4.5. All right, are you ready to do this? You know the rules, Nicholas? All right, green light in the water, red light stop. You ready? This is the lightning round. I'm going to go super fast. All right? On your mark. Get set. Green light. Go, Nicholas. Go. Green light. Green. Red light. Green light. Green. Red light. Nicholas, stop. You are all over the road. How many juice boxes have you had today, sir?
I had none.
That's what they all say. All right, Nicholas, nice job. Gentlemen, you're going to switch places with the ladies. Ladies, come over here. Can you remind me your name again? Ellie. Good. Ellie, I need your help over here. Can you take your right hand and put it there against the flask? And you're going to come over here. And you're going to take your wrong hand and put it there. It's the opposite of right. And you're going to come right in the middle. And you're going to take your middle hand and put it right on top. Now, girls, you have an important job. Don't let this slide around the cake pan. Just keep your hands there no matter what happens. I'm going to take some dry ice. I'm going to put it into the soapy water, and I'm going to show you what it looked like when the evil ice sorceress released her bubbles of fog. But I did promise that we would keep the room clean. We're not allowed to make a mess. Under no circumstances ever during this experiment are we allowed to make a mess. If there's a mess, it's all Ellie's fault. You look like a troublemaker. You can't trust girls with hair. Here we go. Remember, no mess. And, whoa, good. Keep your hands on the flask, please. Good. We're getting another piece of dry ice here. Excellent. I'm going to get one more piece of ice in there. Now I'm going to get one more piece. And, oh, there's a great one down here. If I can just... Oh, no. Ellie, what are you doing? I said not to make a mess. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, no. Keep your hand on the flask, quick. Oh, no. Do you guys want to try? If you want to try, finish my sentence. You must remain in your seat. Do not stand. No. Stay out of my way. Ready or not, here I come. I'll be right back. Oh, Sit down. Oh, I was downwind. Stick out your hands.
I do.
Nice job. High five. You can go have a seat. Thanks for your help. Ellie, nice job. Thanks for your help. Meanwhile, while the evil ice sorceress was blowing bubbles of fog, just like that, on the other side of the world, Henry and Beth made it to the base of the Dragon Keeper's house. And they got to the old wooden door, and with 3 knocks, slowly with a squeak, the door opened. And standing there, 6 feet tall, with green skin and wild white hair, it was the Dragon Keeper. And they said, please, we need the dragons to save our kingdom. And the Dragon Keeper looked down at them with his beady, yellow eyes. And he said no. He slammed the door shut. So Henry and Beth came up with a plan. They waited for nightfall, and under the cover of darkness, that means it was dark out, they saw it right there, an open window in the Dragon Keeper's house. So they climbed inside, and they jumped down into the damp, dark hallway. They were looking for one thing, and one thing only, the horn of fire. And as they rounded right there, they saw the Dragon Keeper. He started to chase them, and they started to run. They made their way, out of the exit door, and all the way around. And then Henry and Beth passed some lively plants, and there was a door. And they opened the door, and they sneaked inside, and they were running and running and running and running. What's that? Oh, it's the only place to hide. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Coming through. Excuse me. Hey, watch out. Move over. Oh, watch out. Move over. Move over. Can you move over a little bit more, please? Move over a little bit more. You're ruining the show. Move over. Oh, good. And they watched the Dragon Keeper disappear around the corner. And to this day, they don't know if it was luck or if it was fate. But Beth, she put her hand on the wall. You're just another brick in the wall, kid. And the brick slid inside, and the wall split in no thirds. It was a big wall. Well, Henry and Beth got up slowly because they were getting older.
Hello.
And there, in the center of the new room, they saw the horn of... I need a volunteer. Let's do it. What's your name?
Chloe.
Chloe. Good. Chloe, stand right there. I need another volunteer. Let's do it. What's your name, sir?
Aiden.
Aiden, come back here. Chloe, come back here. For this experiment, we're going to need safety glasses.
Hey.
Chloe, put on these safety glasses. Aiden, be careful. Well, this is awkward. All right, here, Aiden, put these on. I'll put these... Aiden, I think these are broken. I'll put them on anyway. Maybe no one will notice. Look all right? Good. Now, right over here, we have a water jug. What is inside? Nothing but... Air, exactly. And right over here, I have a liquid. Now, like my science teacher, Mr. Middleton used to say, excuse me guys, it might look like Tang. It might even smell like Tang. It's probably not Tang. Do you guys know what Tang is?
No.
Exactly, that's why you never drink anything from the laboratory. It could be Tang. Tang is what the cool kids used to drink before Kool-Aid. We didn't need help back then. No, I'm kidding, guys. I was never cool. And this is not Tang. This is ethanol. Ethanol is flammable. And flammable means we can light it on fire. We have just enough for this experiment. Chloe, grab hold of this. We're going to put some in there, right? Give it a squeeze. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Good, 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 good. Just enough. Perfect. Oh, you'll see. Now I'm going to shake this around. Excuse me, Chloe. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And as I shake this around, the ethanol is changing. It's turning from a liquid into a...
Ice.
Not ice. Turning into not a solid, but a...
Gas.
A gas. A liquid to a gas is called evaporation. or evaporation. Now I'm going to shake out the extra ethanol right over here. It's very important when you're doing this. You never want to get any ethanol on your pants. It's very hard to get
You're getting it on your shoes.
Don't worry, Aiden. I have 2 left feet. Just like a giraffe. All right, we shake out the extra. Now, let's put this right in the middle of the table. Excuse me, Chloe. Excuse me, Chloe. Chloe, watch out. Chloe, Chloe. Who's ever seen a hot air balloon? What does a hot air balloon do? Stay on the ground or go up? Because hot air likes to go up. So we are going to light this gas on fire. It's going to make hot air. The hot air will go. Now, if you guys are absolutely quiet for the next hour and a half and the car ride home, you will be able to hear the horn of fire. Aiden, what hand do you write with?
Right.
Let's use that one just in case. Here we go. Yes. Are you ready? Grab hold of that. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this.
This is my left.
Good, perfect.
Oh my god!
Awesome. Chloe, nice job. Aiden, nice job, dude. Glasses can go on the table. You got on the table. You guys can have a seat. Well, Henry and Beth blew on the horn of fire, and just like that, a giant flame shot up, and suddenly 2 giant steel doors, 30 feet high, slowly swung open, revealing the darkness of the dragon's lair. And with whatever courage they had left, Henry and Beth stepped inside, and they looked down at their nice shoes. And they saw something they had never, ever seen before. I need a volunteer. You need to keep your hands and feet to yourself, okay? Thank you. Come up here. Don't worry, double dipping's okay. I need your help. Right over here, we have a sidearm flask, and we're going to pretend this is the dragon. This is the dragon's stomach, this is the dragon's mouth, and this on top is the dragon's head when we find it. All right, you're going to help me out. Take 2 hands. Put them on the flask like that. Don't let it slide around, okay? I'm going to take some dry ice and put it inside, but first, which takes up more space? A solid or a gas? A gas. So we're going to take the dry ice, which is a solid. We're going to put it into the water. It's going to change into a gas, and it's going to take up as much space as it can. Here we go. And what's your favorite number? 5. Perfect. Mine too. 3. 4. All right, this is the 5th piece. And you get to make the sound effect. I'm going to give you the microphone. You have 1 chance. Don't blow it. Here we go. And... All right, excellent. Lego my ego. Wait, don't go anywhere. Stand right there. Because we have to add the dragon's head. It's right here. Should I show the rest of them? Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this one's no good. Here we go. This is the dragon. Henry and Beth looked down at their feet and they saw dragon's breath. But I like to call this experiment Pass the Gas. Because this is the same gas that we breathe out or exhale. It's called CO2 or carbon dioxide gas. Get back here. We're not done yet. Stand right here, because this is only carbon dioxide. And what that means is we can do this. We can even do this! Is it getting hot in here? Ah! It means we can even do this. So don't pass up this opportunity to stick dragon's breath in your mouth. All right, ready? Open up your mouth. Spit that out. Open up your mouth. Stick out your tongue. Are you going to pass out? If you're going to pass out, you have to go outside so nobody sees. Nice job. Can I get a high five? Bam! You go have a seat. If you want to try, go like this. If you don't want to try, go like this. Hey, ba-ba-ba-dum-bum. Hey, ba-ba-ba-dum-bum. Oh, sorry, Chloe. Hey, everybody! Bum bum ba dum bum ho! Ba 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 dum Now, which takes up more space, a solid or a gas? A gas, exactly. This is, no, don't worry. This will not pop. It might mom. It's the opposite of pop. All right, this is what happens when you guys go to school, right? Your brains get bigger and bigger. But then you go home and you play video games. If you see something green and egg-shaped and blurry flying towards your head like this, or like this, or even like this, don't touch it. Here we go. We're going to get a countdown from 5. Can you hold my microphone for me? No funny business now. Here we go, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Awesome. Thanks. Thank you.
Let's do one more try.
Oh, Henry and Beth looked down at their feet and they saw dragon's breath. And as they looked up, they were staring face to face with the dragon. And remembering what Macapee had said, they jumped onto the dragon's back, and the dragon flew up out of the mountain. He started flying toward the castle, and right on top of the castle was the king. And right next to the king was the evil ice sorceress. And she waved her hand, and she shot out a bubble of gas and fog, and it froze the king solid. Henry and Beth saw this, and with a twinge of desperation in their voice, they said, "Please, save the kingdom." So the dragon took a deep breath in and released a blast of fire. And it got the evil ice sorceress right here, and she began to sublimate, that means turn, into a pile of bubbles. I need a volunteer. Come on up here. What's your name?
Sandra.
Sandra? Can you stand up, Sandra?
I can't.
Okay, we're going to do it from down here. Sandra, how old are you?
6.
6? Excellent. All right, Sandra, I need some more volunteers. Come up here. Right next to Sandra. Come up here. All right, here we go. All right, Sandra, this is what I need you to do. Can you go right here in the center? Perfect. Sandra, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Guys, I need your help back here. You're going to hold this for me until we get it ready. This is my most expensive piece of equipment. It is called PVC piping. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this on the table. Can you guys each take one hand and hold this up like this? Now hold it up really steady. What's your name, sir?
Zach.
Zach? All right, Zach, don't let this move around. Hold it really steady. I'm going to take this bucket and fill it up with water. The water's hot, so hold it steady or else Zach gets it.
Not Jacob. Not Jacob.
Just about a half of the way. Perfect. All right, good. Now, we're going to add some dry ice.
There's some dry ice right here. There's some dry ice right there.
All right. Oh, good. Thanks. Let's take this first piece. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to add 4 pieces of dry ice. There's the first. There's the second. Here's the third.
Oh, I can hear it.
And the 4th piece of ice right here.
No.
Good.
Oh, it's nothing.
This is called the Science Teller's Shower. And you'll see why in a minute.
Right now.
It's right over here. We have to add the attachment. Now, in order to take a shower, we need 2 things. We need water and soap. 1 person got it. Good. We're going to get some water and Zach, keep it. Oh, good, good, good. We're going to get some water and soap. First the water.
Oh, I know what it is.
Now some soap. Just a little dab right there. Oh, excellent. Good.
And then we'll give it.
All right, I'll take this. You guys are going to go that way.
If he's going to make an explosion.
Sandra, right in the middle. Sandra, right over here. Good. You guys are going to come over here. Right next to Sandra. Face the audience. Whatever happens, don't look back and don't look up.
Okay.
Sandra, don't move. You ready?
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's going to go to Sandra. Oh my god.
Don't look back. Look that way. Come here. Stand right there. Face the camera. Smile and look really happy. Oh! Face that way. Face that way. Sandra, you ready? Face that way. Don't move, Sandra. Don't move. Oh, it's on your head. Oh! Sandra, can I get a high five? You can go have a seat up top. Thanks for your help. Nice job. Up top. All right, good. Go have a seat. Nice job. Bam! Go have a seat. Are you guys ready for the grand? That's the Doppler effect. I threw it in extra, free of charge. Are you guys ready for the grand finale? Excellent. Well, my name is Ken from Science Tellers. This is our grand finale. We don't need this, and we don't need this. We need a cooler filled with dry ice. And we need a bucket filled with hot water. I'm going to take the dry ice, I'm going to dump it into the bucket. It's going to make a bucket of fog. Fog is heavier than the air, so it's going to creep and curl around by your feet. There's one rule. There are 3 parts. Rule number 1, part 1. You must remain in your seat. Do not stand and stay on the carpet. Move back, back up, back up.
What about having fun?
Get your legs back.
What about having fun?
Now, how many of you guys would like to do an experiment at home? Well, I've got just the thing for you. It's right over here. It is called an experiment card. After the grand finale, I'm going to pass out. And when I wake up, each one of you is going to get one of these. On the back is an experiment called Slimy Slug Juice that you can do at home. Right over here, we have something else called the Science Tellers email, newsletter, clipboard, monthly sign-up sheet. Once a month, we send out a newsletter with science experiments that you can do at home. So I will conveniently forget to leave this over here. After the show, you can check with your librarians. They'll be able to tell you where all the books about science and science experiments are that you can do at home. This is our grand finale. Remember the rules. Stay in your seats. Do not stand up and stay back on the carpet. If you do that, I am going to come around and dump this fog on your heads.
Yay!
Here we go.
Awesome!
Let's get a countdown from 5.
5,
5, 4, 3, 2. Sit down, sit down. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Coming back around. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Did you guys have fun today?
Yeah!
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'm Ken from Science Tellers. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thanks, everybody.